Well, it's a misty old morning this morning, but I thought I'd answer a couple of your questions that have come in. And what are we doing today? Well, I'll tell you what we're doing today a bit later on. But first, Veronique asks about hornbeam trees. And what she's saying is, will the trunks get very large? Well, yes, they will. I mean, to give you an indication, they are. That's how big that is. I could put two hands just about round it. Now, if you think about it, the trunk will keep growing. It's just like us. We keep growing, don't we, from children upwards. However, these are pleached trees, and you can see, actually out of interest, although the buds are bursting, we've still got leaf on some of them and not on others. Who knows why? Sometimes the leaf stays on, sometimes the leaf drops off. But more importantly, the new growth is coming. Now, you asked about the trunk. Yes, the trunk will get larger. The trunk will get a lot larger, and eventually it'll be about a foot around. Sorry, I talk in old imperial, but that's how I am. So it'll be a foot around, but we're keeping the top pleached, regularly cut every year. So if we're cutting it every year, it obviously keeps it tight and compact. Now, if you were growing a hornbeam, say a pyramid hornbeam, which would have like a goblet-shaped top, you treat it exactly the same. You would be cutting it on a regular basis, and you keep it shaped and trimmed. Trunk will get bigger, top you can control. So you could keep a hornbeam. They use them as street trees, so they don't grow much over. You could hold it at 15 to 20 feet, no trouble at all, with regular pruning. Now, I think it was CX asked me also about the planting of peach trees. Now, peach trees are generally, we plant peach trees on walls. They're better off planted on walls or fences or on trellis. And we would plant them something like just over 2 meters apart, 2 to 2.5 meters apart. And the reason for that is, from the center trunk where you plant them, you wanted them possibly to be able to grow and be trained a meter each side of the central trunk where you plant it. If you're buying one at this time of the year, see you prepare the ground well and put a good lot of humus and compost around them. It really works very well indeed. So that's what I would do. 2.5 meters apart from each one if you're running them along a fence or wall. If you're planting them as freestanding, and yes, you can plant peaches, nectarines and apricots as a freestanding tree, again, at least 2.5 meters between each one. If anything, possibly, if you're planting a lot of them, I'd go up to 3 meters to give them plenty of room to grow. What you'll see we're doing today, I did say I'd tell you what we were doing today, didn't I? And here we are, we're filling in holes. Some of the yew is gone, and we're planting a bit of yew in here. Let's just have a look at what we're doing now. We're using a bit of root grow to help them on their way. We've got lovely root balled yew trees. We're digging out holes and we're putting back some of the hedges that have sadly failed here. So that's what we're doing today, and I hope it's answered some of your gardening questions. Don't forget, you can always send me an email, post@worldradiogardening.com, and we'll answer your gardening questions. We're here 24 hours a day looking after you and your garden.